Hey there viewers, it's Charlie. I'm back again with another Transformers review. And today's review is going to be on Studio Series Bumblebee movie Thundercracker. Now, just like my previous review, which was Studio Series Dark of the Moon Bumblebee, I got this guy from Smith's. And if you don't know what Smith's is, it's basically a way you can get the Velocitron Legacy figures in the UK. And my next review, Studio Series Galvatron, was also got there. So yeah. Now, taking a look at the box. Of course, we've got the more modern style Studio Series packaging. So the window, well, I can't call it that because there's no window there, unfortunately. But the window is pretty much kept to a minimum here. Got the artwork of Thundercracker, Studio Series 89. Got a picture of his face right here on this side. The other side, we've got full-on picture of him again. The Autobot insignia for where the backdrop is. The back, we've got him in both modes. Cybertron Falls, or you could say Fall of Cybertron. Got a quick little description of what he does in the film. His very short appearance in the film, but at least he does appear, unlike his other Studio Series toy where it claims he's in Dark of the Moon even though he's not. And the included backdrop, which we're going to take a look at now. So first of all, we've got the faux backdrop, which is pretty much just what he's tied to when you first buy him. And for the actual backdrop, of course, it's the Cybertron scene from the Bumblebee film. Yeah, we'll look more at this in the robot mode because, well, have you seen how big this jet mode is? I mean, seriously, this thing is tall. Now, of course, this is meant to be like an interpretation of the Tetrajet mode. And I must say, this is a really cool looking vehicle mode. And in Thundercracker's colors, I just love how this looks. So having a 360, we'll start at the front because, as we can see, the wings are actually swept downwards, and I just... Seriously, this looks amazing. Like, it's not often you see Seekers with the wings swept downwards. Normally it's just outwards. So seeing the wings like this is just amazing. I know it's weird for someone to see, I can't even talk, I'm just gushing over the wings so much. I know that's sort of odd, but that's how much I love the wings. Got a gun just plastered on the bottom, and it is removable, as this is also the robot mode gun. And I can't get it back on. It's got some no rays on the wings, which I'll show later. The actual wings, which do have Decepticon insignias on them. The back, we've got some thrusters. Got these bits sticking out, and I think I'm not sure if they're meant to do that because, well, the box doesn't seem to show them sticking out. I don't know. But we also have some visible hand syndrome right there. It's just a result of the really complicated transformation. Well, I say complicated, it's more just, you'll see when I show you it. Got the nose cone, which is in this red rubbery plastic, so you don't poke your eye out. Plus the cockpit, which he doesn't need because he's a Cybertronian jet. Got this white plastic, probably left over from Starscream, I don't know. Probably just a design choice. And of course we got this undercarriage stuff. I mean, of course we do complain about the kibble on Seekers, but I think this one was just done on purpose. I mean, of course, it's based on a CGI render, but still. Now, for weapons, well, of course, we've got the two null rays. So we've got these. And we've got the gun. And I feel like this actually sort of helps. Yeah, you see, this actually sort of helps as a landing gear for this figure. So yeah. Now for comparison, here he is with Earthrise Thundercracker because, well, I don't have the Siege version. So yeah, you can just see how tall this jet mode is. But you can also sort of see how the shades of blue are different. Like, the Earthrise figure's blue is... I mean, it might not show on camera, it might be the same shade on camera, but in person, Earthrise Thundercracker's blue is a more lighter shade, whereas the Studio Series blue is much darker, and I prefer the Studio Series blue over the Earthrise figure. Also, quick side note, I think my Earthrise Thundercracker is starting to yellow in some places. Like, I saw on these little wing hinges here that it's starting to yellow a little bit. So that's sort of disappointing. Well, that's pretty much it for the jet mode. I just love how this looks, especially the swept down wing look. Like, I can't believe that this mod just went completely under my radar for this long. Like, seriously. I think it's just because I don't really collect Studio Series that much, and let me just say, I am missing out because, seriously, this is just a really good vehicle mode, and, well, seriously, like, the transformation is also really fun in my opinion, so let's get onto that. So, getting onto the transformation, just gonna start by removing the gun. And well, this transformation is actually quite crazy, and I do mean that in a fun way. So to start, we're just gonna split these bits here, and well, getting this guy back into jet mode, it can be sort of tricky to get these bits lined up. Yeah, we're just gonna split these sections here, and we can see his head already. Just gonna move that bit up. Try and yeah, I guess we can get the wings out of the way for now. Spin these around. Clip these in. Rotate these around. These are, of course, his arms. Open this up. And tab the nose cone. Get that in like so. Close this back up. That can all go in like so. get the head section down like so. Rotate the legs. Move the feet down. And already he's standing. I'm gonna have to sort of try and raise this. Now this section I really like. We move all this down. So it just claps all the grey sections in. And then just close up the leg. And it completely hides all the little grey sections. Seriously, I think that's really clever. Now this section with the tail fin, yeah, you just put the tail fin there. Come in here, you pull these sections out. Get the hands out. Pull these little bits out. Get the wings out. And on Starscream, you're meant to turn around the wing, but on Thundercracker, I'm fairly certain you're not meant to do that. So yeah, on Thundercracker, you're meant to just leave the wings as is. You're meant to just leave them drooping down like so. And then, with the null rays, you can then just plug them into here. And here. And if I can actually find the gun, there we go. So here we have Thundercracker in robot mode. And oh my god, that is a really fun transformation. In fact, I think out of all the Studio Series Movieverse figures I have so far, and keep in mind, out of almost 100 of them, I only have a few. Because I was always more into the War for Cybertron trilogy and Legacy figures. So, out of all the Studio Series figures that I have so far, not counting the 86 figures, I think this is probably one of my favorites, if not my most favorite so far. Just the way that everything moves around, the way that things fold up. Seriously, this is a really fun transformation. And it really beats Mr. Oversized Classics over here. Like, I'm not even joking. This is just a classic small, just, like, oversized to a Voyager class. Whereas this is an entirely new transformation. Seriously, like, I just love this. So having a 360 of it. I mean, of course, we do have some back cable, and yeah, don't forget to fold that bit up. And we're having a look at the head. Well, this is sort of going to be a bit tricky, but I'm fairly certain, like, it uses Thrust's head because, well, yeah, let's just leave the gun off to the side for now. I'm fairly certain it uses Thrust's head. Because right now, there's like 3 releases. Starscream, Thrust, and Thundercracker. I think there's like rumors saying that we're going to get a Skywarp soon. And I do really want to see what they're going to do with Skywarp. So, yeah. And as shown, you can plug the gun in, although seeing how it's it's sort of an open hand, it could fall out kind of easily. In fact, it's kind of tricky to plug the gun in. So yeah, that could be a complaint. Sort of hard to get the gun into his hand. It's mainly because, you know, like, the port's also concealed by these bits as well, so it's sort of hard to get everything lined up as well. There we go. So I think that was just a loose fit, so that was more my fault, but there we go. Now, for details, well, of course, we got these bits, which on Blitzwing, they're actually part of the transformation, whereas on Starscream, etc., they just come out to sort of resemble the CGI model, because I think Starscream and Blitzwing, and no, let's not start the whole Starscream Blitzwing debate, they actually sort of reused the CGI model, if I remember correctly. Of course, we've got the shoulder pylons, because this is sort of meant to be, what if G1's, or what if the G1 Seekers were actually in the live-action films and not just Doritos? In fact, I should probably get out my Studio Series Starscream for a comparison. In fact, hold on. So yeah, let's do the comparisons. And first of all, even though we didn't do one in vehicle mode, here we have the Bumblebee Seeker design with the Beva Seeker design. I mean, come on. Which one would you prefer? I mean, of course, the Michael Bay Seeker design, well, I say Seeker design, it was mainly just Starscream in the films. It is kind of nostalgic. I kind of prefer how they look in the Bumblebee film. Now, my my 2007 movie Thundercracker is currently in storage, so I don't really feel like getting that out, so sorry about that. So instead, here's G1 Thundercracker with Bumblebee movie Thundercracker. And you can see that it's not, well, it's kind of, actually don't know what to say. I think controversially, I kind of prefer this design. I don't know, I just think it looks cooler. I mean, don't get me wrong, the G1 Seekers are a classic design, and I do love it, but I just think this looks more intimidating. I mean, like, just the way that the wings are pointed, the way that he's actually got a handheld weapon. Whereas with this guy, he's just got the null rays, and that's it. So, yeah. But trust me, anything is better than the Dorito Seekers. Well, let's move on to the articulation. The head can move side to side, although pretty much up to there, it seems. Arms can, of course, move, although, yeah, the wings do get in the way of that. Of course, you can T-pose. It's got elbows, bicep rotation. Hands can sort of do that. Get that. If you get that out the way, he does have waist articulation. So yeah, take that, Earthrise. Legs go forward, not far. Back, not really that far, unfortunately. He can do the splits, and oh my god, that's a really good ankle tilt. Seriously, that is That's some really good articulation. I mean, seriously, compare that with Earthrise again. And, like, he's even got the tail fin attached onto that. This guy, no such thing. Plus, he can also sort of move his foot. So, yeah. Plus, he can also move his wings if you want that. And if you want to pose him with the wings the same as how Starscream has his wings, go ahead. Nothing's stopping you. So, let's get him with his backdrop. And yes, the wings are so big that they sort of move the move the backdrop as well. That's how big his wings are. In fact, let's just have him in front of the backdrop this time, because his wingspan is just that big. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about this guy. Complaints? Well, it's actually hard to think of complaints. I mean, of course, we have the little gray bits that are now in the legs. It's sort of hard to line them up when transforming him to jet mode. But, well, other complaints are more just possible QC issues because, well, this wing's a bit loose, but again, that's probably just my copy. Yeah, I can't really think of many complaints. So yeah, do I recommend this figure? Come on, of course I recommend this figure. In fact, I recommend this mold. This is one of the best Studio Series molds I have ever handled. I mean, not really a fair comparison, seeing how I don't really do Studio Series that much, and I do want to change that, although the aftermarket prices just make me want to cry. Thankfully, Buzzworthy is reissuing the Dark Enemy Prime, and I'm definitely going to get that. But seriously, this is just a really good, like, probably not just mold, not just figure, mold, seriously. Whether it's Starscream, Thrust, or Thundercracker, I absolutely recommend this to any Seeker fan, or any Transformers fan in general. This is just such a good figure. Seriously, I just love it that much. Well, this has been my review on Studio Series Thundercracker, and this is Charlie Young, signing off.